Good morning, student. Am I audible to you? Student, am I audible to you? Okay. Prahlad, change your name. Edit your name, Prahlad. Write down SYCS and your roll number. Okay. Student, last time I had explained you this registration page, yes? The designing part of registration was done in the last uh, lecture. Everyone just check. This is your registration page. This is normal registration page. If you want to design, if you want to give size of the all edit text, if you want to give same size for every edit text, you can give. You can just color this register button, all these things. So in this question, I'm just taking the information from the user, and I'm just showing that information to another activity. I'm just sharing that information to another. I will not save this information in the database. This is like a simple program. It is just taking the value from the user and showing that value on the next page or on the next activity, you can say, like your admission form, student. After taking all the information from you, that information will display on one page, and after that you need to take print out of that page. If you remember, after you need to type a personal information, personal detail, educational details, all these things you have to type, and after that it will, when you click on submit button or confirm button, all the information will be shown on one page. Yes, like your personal information, your educational information, your result information, each and everything, it will show you on one page. So same as we will just take value, means like username, password, confirm password, email, each and everything we will take from the user. And when I click on register button, that things will be shown to on the next page. So how you can show? So today I'm just explaining you all these things. Okay, everyone just tell me what is that, because our GUI part or our designing part is already done. So I'll just come on this Java page. Everyone just tell me what is the first step. If you want to write Java program in Android, what is the first step? I already explained you. I want answer from every student. Everyone just answer me, or don't answer to everyone. Write down the answer in chat box and send to me or organizer, not to everyone. What is the syntax for creating object? Creating class first. No, Harsh. Class is already created. By default, the class is already created. The first step is you need to create object. So what is the syntax for creating object, student? For example, in our design page, if you check in our design page, so there are four edit text, okay, four edit text and one button and one text view. But this text view is not usable for us. This is only for heading. So I'm not declaring this text view object. Okay, and so we want to only create object for only this five UI component, like this four edit text and one button. So you need to create. No, Piyush, you need to create object for every UI component which can be used in further program. So you need to write down edit text. Okay, edit text. Class name is edit text, and here you need to write down, like my first object is I am just writing ed1. Okay, for first edit text. For second edit text, I'm just writing ed2. For third, I'm writing ed3, and for fourth, ed4. Okay, and then semicolon. but it will display you error. It will show you error. So how you can solve? Just click on it, and if you check everyone, when you click on it, it will show you Android.widget or widget.edit text. So this class is you need to add this package. You need to import. So how you can import? Just click on this edit button on this red club. You just click on this and just press Alt Enter. Just wait. You just press Alt Enter on it. So that package will be imported in your code. Check here in this sentence. Everyone just check. For edit task, it will import this package because all the things are stored in this package. Android.widget.edit text. These objects are created for all edit text. Next is button. Don't create object for your text view because text view will not be used further. That text view is only for heading. Don't create the object for it. Only create object for that UI component that will be used in your coding. Okay, so only button and edit text will be used in your coding. So only create object for it. So B, T, and 1. Or like B1, you just write down B1. Okay, again it will display you error. So you just click on it and Alt Enter press. So just everyone just said this package is already for this also package will import. Widget button. So for every UI component, this type of package will be imported. Is it clear, everyone? Till step, everyone clear? Next is you need to create. The second step is you need to find out the ID. So which method is used, students, for find out the ID? Anyone remember which method is used to find out the ID? Remember? Do you remember, students, which method? Only Anusha remember? Other students? Sanjana? Others? Every time only these two students are answering. Where is other students? Okay, Piyush. Student, are you understood all these things? If not understood, then please tell me. Ma'am, all these things we are not understood. Please explain again. Find view by ID is the method to find out the ID. So find, and in that R package is used. R.id is the package you need to write down. So R.id, write down E1 is the first package, first edit text ID. So E1 is the ID. I'm just using this. Same as you need to copy all these things and you need to paste 3 times. Okay, I'm just changing the object like 2 here and here. Because Java coding is very easy for Android student. You need to just remember the steps. If you remember, if you want to by heart, don't by heart all these things. You just remember the step or syntax. You can easily write down the program for your app. Clear, everyone? Same as for button, we will create objects. So B1 equal to like find out the ID button and then find view by ID R.id dot like B1. Check B1 display error. I think here I'm using B1. No, BTN1. BTN1 is the ID, na? Clear, everyone? Because in R.id package, because when you create ID for every UI component, in XML file, when you define ID for every UI component, like ID for button, ID for text view, ID for edit text, so all the IDs is saved in this package r.id. This is one package in that all the ID will save. So you need to find out each and every time. You need to find out the ID. You need to verify that ID is present or not in that particular package. If it display not, that means that ID is not saved in that rd.r.id package. So to find out, to verify whether that ID is saved or not in that package, you need to use this method. It will find out your ID. It will verify whether that ID is there or not in your package. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. After that, because you need to check student, you need to collect all the information from the user. Yes, means when you click on that register button, you need to, after clicking on that button, whatever value you get from the user, that value you need to show on the next page. So how you can check? The student, you need to create one method. Yes or no? Which method? You remember? When you click on button, which method will be called? Yes, no, same intent method is not used. Sanjana is correct, but little bit wrong. Sanjana method name is on click method. Anusha, is it correct? Do you remember or not, student? Don't know? Okay. Set on click listener. The method name is set on click listener. And Anusha, on click is one attribute. If you want to use on click method, you can write an on click attribute. On click is not a method. Which is means on click is method, but that is a sub method, sub part of one method. Like for example, B1 is the object, so you need to write down B1 dot. You need to call this method first. Set on click listener. If you remember, wait. I'm just adding this part here. B1 dot set click listener. I'm just adding this part. Wait. You need to type this method in on create method. B1 and then path. This part you need to write down. Okay. Remember everyone, please note it down. If you want to write down the code on the button click, okay, on button click, you need to write down the code. You need to call this method set on click listener. In that, this is a sub part, sub function or sub, you can say sub method of this particular method on click. And if you want to write down on click, if you want to use on click attribute, you just use that attribute in XML file. And in XML file, you need to write down on click, and there you can write down your method name. Is it clear, everyone? Anyone have doubt? Okay. So here you need to write down some value. You need to take some value from the user. So first string, I'm just typing name. I'm just defining one variable name equal to, and I'm taking value from the user. So you need to write down E1, ED1, first edit text, because first edit text is for username. So ED1 dot, which method you need to use? Get text, because get text method is used to take the value from the user. So get text to string. Same as you need to define another variable for your password. So I'm just typing pass, and here I'm taking ed2 dot get text method. I'm just defining and two strings. Okay. Next is string. Here you need to define confirm pass. So I'm just writing confirm. And if you want to write confirm p or pass, it's up to you. You declare any variable name like ed3 dot get text. Dot to string. Okay. Next is string email equal to ed4 dot get text dot to string. Here everyone, how to take? These are the steps. First step is you just create the object. Second step is you need to define the ID. You need to find out the ID. Third step is if you want to take the value from the user, so you just declare some variable and check the value using object of that UI component. Using get text method, you take the value from the user. Is it clear, everyone? Till this step, anyone have doubt? If you have doubt, you can ask me as student. No doubt. Harsh, why we use two strings? So two string we will use for if user enter any number, so that number is converted in the form of a string, and that form, that number will save in this variable. Because if you not write down, if you don't use this two string method here, then if user enter 1, 2, 3 or number, it will display you, it will show you error, because here our variable only stores string value, because the data type of this variable is string. So if you store any value, if user enter 1, 2, 3, so we just convert that value into a string. But it will show you 1, 2, 3, yeah? Not in string format, but in backend it will convert that string into that number into string, and that string will be saved in this variable. आपका यहाँ पे स्टोर होना चाहिए, ये स्ट्रिंग में आपने डिक्लेयर किया है, और अगर यूजर नंबर एंटर कर रहा है तो आपका ये कन्वर्ट करेगा, एंड दैट थिंग विल बी स्टोर हियर स्टूडेंट. अगर यहाँ पे आप स्ट्रिंग नहीं दे रहे हो, यूजर ने नंबर एंटर किया, दैट नंबर विल नॉट बी स्टोर इन दिस वेरिएबल, because that is integer value and your variable only stores string value. So that's why we are defining two strings. Clear, students? Okay. Just 1 minute, student. I need to connect my headphones as well. Student, after getting the value from the user, you need to write down one class. That name is bundle class. Yes, you need to call this class bundle class. You can use bundle class also. You can use intent also. So this is the next. This is the new thing you can write down. First, you just check using bundle class. How you can use, how you can show the data to the next page or to the next entity, next activity. I'll just write down here bundle class and the object of bundle class. Yes, you need to call bundle class. Why we use this bundle class? Bundle class is used to, intent is also used, but bundle class will take the value from here and it will show the value to another page using intent, but it will store your all these strings. I'll just show you. You need to call bundle class, new, create the object of bundle class. So you just call bundle is equal to, this is the object of bundle class, and here you need to write down bundle. Okay, why we create, just wait, I'll show you. Using this bundle class object, student, you need to use this method, get string method, to take the string from the from this activity. Two methods will be used, student, put string method or get string method. Here we will use, I'm just using put string method. Okay, I'm just using this put string method. I'm just storing this values, this all four values in this bundle object, and I'll just send this bundle object to the next activity. So for taking the value from the user and taking the value from the one activity and send to the next activity. तो आप जो आपका जो first value रहेगा, first activity, यहाँ से आप value ले रहे हो and that value you will send to the next activity. So when आप जिस activity से value ले रहे हो, on which activity you are taking value, so here on that activity you need to use put string. Put string means we are just creating one bundle, or just you can consider one container. Container you can consider, bundle is nothing but a container. It will we just taking value from the user and we will storing that value into this bundle. Okay, and using this put string method, we are storing that value in the bundle object. So put string, and here you need to write down this put string method contains two values. Okay, one is like a key pair value. I think you remember, you know In Java, ma'am already explained you the key pair value, how you can. So it is put string method for store key means you just write down anything, means first we are storing name in the bundle object. So here I'm just writing name. It's up to you. You need to write down username here. You can write. This is only key. Okay. And here you need to write down your variable name. So my variable name is name. So I'm just writing here name. Means फर्स्ट आपका पैरामीटर रहेगा, कोई भी आप उसको लेबल दे दो, लाइक यूजर नेम है तो आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग यूजर नेम, एंड हियर you need to write down the variable name in which after taking value from the user, in which you are storing your value, you need to write down that variable name. Means after taking variable from the user, I'm storing my value in this name variable. So that variable you need to write down here. So remember or note it down everyone. Put string takes two parameters like key pair, key value pair you can say. Key means you can write any value, any variable here. So I'm just writing for username, I'm just writing username. You just write you or name, anything you can write, but in double quote that is a string. And in comma, you need to write down the variable name that stores your value after taking from the user. Is it clear? Yes or no, everyone? Same as for everything, you need to type bundle dot put string method you need to write. And here again I'm writing pass. It's up to you, a password or pass, and then use. Here you just write down pass. Same variable you need to write down. So same thing you need to perform every time, student. तो आपको आप ये नोट डाउन कर लो कि if you want to take value from one activity, so you just write down this method. You just create the bundle class, create the object of bundle class. Using that bundle object, you call the put string method, or in that you need to store variable. Which variable? In which you are storing your value after taking from the user. Clear? The step is clear or not, everyone? Please, if not, please tell me. Because this key you need to use on the next step. जावा कोडिंग है ना, बहुत इजी है स्टूडेंट, बस आप लोगों को क्या करना है, स्टेप्स याद रखने कि कौन सी स्टेप कौन सा परफॉर्म करना है आपको, क्या स्टेप आपको परफॉर्म करनी है. अगर आप लोगों ने वो याद रखा तो आप लोग बहुत इजीली आपका खुद का ऐप क्रिएट कर सकते हो. Till this step, everyone clear? First step is object creation. Second step is find out the ID. Third step is you need to call the set on click listener on the button click if you want. Then after in on click method, you need to first take the input from the user, and then you need to create bundle class. Meenakshi, after creating, because this bundle class store your value, means whatever value you are taking from the user, we are just storing that value in that variable, some variable, and this bundle object will use one method that is put string, and that put string method contains two parameters. One is your username, like key, you can write anything like a label, and in second parameter you need to write down the variable name in which you are storing your value after taking input from the user. Till this step, everyone clear? Yes or no? Okay. After that, you need to call intent class. Please, student, if you want to remember or if you want to by heart all these things, so only by heart the steps, not the entire code. Intent class you need to call because you need to send this or you need to share all these things on the second activity. So you need to compulsory call intent class. Okay, just create the intent object, student. In that, intent will take get application, context, first parameter, then comma, or you can directly write down student here, intent, write down the current activity name. So my current activity name is like registration, everyone. Dot this, comma, and I am just creating one more activity, student. Just wait up. I'm just creating one more activity. A frame bundle will store in bundle class. We can store our value, but the main thing from one activity to from another activity, if you want to share that thing, you need to for that you need to call intent class. आपका बंडल दूसरे से लेके नहीं जाएगा. इन बंडल जैसे आप कंटेनर में स्टोर करते हो ना, वैसे ही बिकॉज आप कंटेनर में स्टोर नहीं करोगे, आप एक एक वैल्यू कैसे सेंड कर सकते हो? आप एक एक आइटम सेंड कर सकते हो क्या? नहीं. तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट वी जस्ट स्टोरिंग ऑल द वैल्यूज, whatever value we are taking from users, we're just storing that value in one bundle or in one container, and I'm using that container. I'm just using that container. I'm showing that thing. I'm just sharing that thing to another activity. आपको एक एक नहीं यूज करना पड़ेगा ना, आपको एक एक नहीं भेजना पड़ेगा. आप डायरेक्टली क्या करोगे? We can easily store that bundle. We can easily share that bundle directly. I'm just giving the name registration detail. समझा आपको प्रेम? कि आपको आप एक एक आइटम नहीं सेंड कर सकते हो, इसलिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं, वी आर जस्ट क्रिएटिंग वन बंडल लाइक अ कंटेनर, एंड इन दैट वी आर जस्ट स्टोरिंग ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन. आपको ये बता दूं कि जावा में बहुत सारी क्लासेस है जिसमें आप यूज कर सकते हो. आपको नहीं करना, आप डायरेक्टली भी कर सकते हो, बट आपको वन वन आइटम, तो वो वाला भी मैं आपको नेक्स्ट टाइम करके दिखाऊंगी. अभी आपको बंडल वाले तरीके से दिखा रही हूँ कि कैसे आप कंटेनर में सेव करके बंडल क्या. फाल्गुन प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ. तो हाउ यू कैन राइट डाउन द कोड. आपको अगर इंटेंट यूज करना है वो भी मैं आपको दिखा दूंगी नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. अभी आप लोग बंडल से यूज कैसे कर सकते हो वो चेक करो. Different classes are there, using that different methods are there to share the data from one activity to another activity. आपको जो इजी लगेगा आप लोग वो करो. ये फर्स्ट मेथड है, आपको मैं सेकेंड मेथड भी करवा दूंगी. Okay, here you need to call this activity. My activity name is registration. Next activity I am calling registration details dot class. Okay, so here it will display error because it will you need to add this package contained intent. So just press alt enter. Okay, and intent will use this start activity method. So you need to call start activity, and in that you need to call intent object. Okay, and before starting this intent you need to use the intent object, and intent object use this put extra method, and that put extra method use your bundle container. You can say bundle class object. तो अभी आप देखो, एक एक करने की बजाय यहाँ पे मैं पूरा क्या कर रही हूँ, जो बंडल में हमने सेव किया है वही यहाँ पे मैं डायरेक्टली यूज कर रही हूँ. यस, बिकॉज आपको फिर एक एक आइटम्स आपको सेव करने पड़ते थे, आपको एक एक आइटम आपको उसका अलग से क्रिएट करके आपको सेंड करना पड़ता था. So we are just storing all this information in bundle object, and here we are using only bundle class object. तो ये क्या करेगा, this object will take call this put extra method, and this put extra method call this bundle object, and whatever value you are storing in bundle object, that value will be shown to the next activity. Is it clear? Yes or no, student? This coding you need to write down in first activity. Registration.this means, Meenakshi, I am converting, or I am just defining from this. Registration.this means my current activity is registration. So if I am writing here registration.this, then my compiler, my Java compiler know from where to from where you can go, means from where आपको कहाँ से कहाँ जाना है, from which activity you need to go from where. Okay, so from this registration file I want to send the data from registration file to registration details. So you need to compulsory write in intent. First parameter is your current class. Okay, so I want to send the data from this registration page to registration detail page, means another activity. So this is your second activity and this is your first activity. मैं registration page पे से जो details लूंगी वो मैं registration details पे display करूंगी. Is it clear, everyone? This, please take screenshot and perform this thing today itself on your system. अभी तक आपका नहीं हुआ है, ओके नहीं हुआ है अभी तक. ये अभी सिर्फ आपका जावा कोडिंग हुआ है, आपका फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी हुआ है. अब आपने फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी पे यहाँ से सेंड तो कर दिया. आफ्टर दिस योर डेटा विल बी सेंड टू द फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी, सेकेंड एक्टिविटी. Yes. No. In intent, you just only declare two things, only two parameters. The first is your current activity, your main activity. Like registration page पे आप लिख रहे हो, तो आपका यहाँ पे registration आएगा. आप अगर आपका मेन एक्टिविटी है, आपका यहाँ पे मेन एक्टिविटी आएगा. जिस पे लिख रहे हो आप कोड लेने के लिए, यहाँ पे आपको वो लिखना है. एंड सेकेंड में आपको जिस पे आपको शेयर करना है, ये जो एक्टिविटी में आपको जाना है, वो एक्टिविटी का नेम लिखना है. Only two activity name you can write. Is it clear? Anyone have doubt in this code? The first code, if you have doubt, you can ask the student, because this thing you need to perform in your practical. And if you search these things now, then how to share data from one activity to another, multiple methods are there on the net. Multiple methods. This is the first method. हर एक साइट पे अलग अलग डिफरेंट मेथड यूज हुए. तो मैं आपको ये एक मेथड दिखाऊंगी और एक नेक्स्ट मेथड और है, मैं वो दिखाऊंगी. आपके ऊपर है आपको कौन सा मेथड इजी लगता है. दिस मेथड इज वेरी इजी स्टूडेंट टू शेयर द डेटा फ्रॉम वन एक्टिविटी. सो आई एम जस्ट सेंडिंग डेटा फ्रॉम द अदर एक्टिविटी. आपका यहाँ से सेंड होगा, बट हाउ यू कैन डिस्प्ले दैट डेटा ऑन दैट एक्टिविटी. तो आपको सेकेंड एक्टिविटी पे भी कुछ वर्क करना पड़ेगा. जस्ट चेक. आई एम जस्ट ओपनिंग माई सेकेंड एक्टिविटी. ओके, इतना हम रन करके चेक करते हैं क्या आउटपुट आता है. Student, by the time it will take time to execute, just punch your roll number. Please punch only once. Okay. Okay, I'm just writing ABC. Password is also ABC or ABCD. I'm just entering. अभी तक मैंने कोई वेरिफिकेशन नहीं डाला, ये नॉर्मल मैं जस्ट सेव कर रही हूँ। अभी तक यहाँ पे हम कंपेयरिंग के लिए कोई कोड नहीं डाला है और पासवर्ड कंफर्म और वो सब के लिए कोडिंग नहीं डाला है। नॉर्मल कोडिंग में टाइप कर रही हूँ, ना ही कोई वैलिडेशन है यहाँ पर। ओके, मैं सिर्फ नॉर्मल कोडिंग टाइप कर रही हूँ, अभी तक वैलिडेशन हमने नहीं किया है कुछ। व्हेन आई क्लिक ऑन रजिस्टर बटन, व्हाट विल हैपन, एवरीवन जस्ट चेक। It will display our next activity, but data will not be displayed. So for that, you need to write down some lines of code on your second activity. Means this code is correct, student. This code is correct. You need to write down some code on the second activity to display the content. Is it clear? So just open this second activity, student. I'm just using yes, students, just check. You need to write down some code in second activity. I'm just declaring, I'm just defining some text view, designing some text view. First, you need to change your relative layout. And here you need to write down some text view. You need to use some text view because we need to show four details. So I'm just using four text view. I'm just defining four text view, like text view, wrap content, and then ID. You need to write down ID also. Then I'm just using text. First, I'm just using text view for heading, like registration details. Okay. So use margin top or 50 dp and center horizontal to just check in the design part, everyone. This is my registration details. I'm just first writing heading. Size 20 or like 40 SP. Okay, so just check. And same as I'm using four text I'm just adding for declaring the I'm just removing the text and changing the T, center horizontal. I'm just removing. I'm just adding margin, left margin like 40 dp. Text size, I'm just adding 20 sp. Color, if you want, you can write down. But where is second? Check. Okay, I want to display this text view after this first text view, below the first text view. So which attribute is used, student? I want to display this text view after this text view. So which Which method is used? Which attributes we need to define? Yes, good. So layout below ID P1. आपको ये दिखेगा नहीं बिकॉज आपका इसमें टेक्स्ट नहीं है, ये जस्ट चेक करो, आपका इसमें कोई टेक्स्ट नहीं है इसलिए वो दिखेगा नहीं आपको। ओके ऐसे ही आपको और भी 3 डिफाइन करने हैं, 3 आपको बनाना है। मैं फटाफट टाइप करती हूँ। अभी आपको समझ तो गया है, ठीक है, बिकॉज हमें सब चीजें ऐड करनी है। हियर यू नीड टू चेंज P2. Check here you need to define ID C3 and you need to place this text view after this. You need to place this text view after second text view. So you need to change here P2. Okay, same. Check here it is coming. Same as I'm just declaring, creating another T3. So T4. Same. Control C for copy. Control V for paste. आपका ये 5 हो गए, यहाँ पे मेरा 4। ठीक है, इतना ही आपको करना है। आपके 4 यहाँ पे एडिट टेक्स्ट आ गए हैं। ये 4 एडिट टेक्स्ट है आपके, सॉरी टेक्स्ट व्यू आ गए। अभी हम लोग इस पे जावा पे कोडिंग करेंगे स्टूडेंट। अभी आपको वहां से वैल्यूज डिस्प्ले करना है इसके ऊपर, तो उसके लिए आपको जावा पे यूज करना पड़ेगा। जावा में आप क्या करोगे, ऑन जावा यू नीड टू राइट डाउन, हियर यू नीड टू कॉल बंडल क्लास। ओके, you need to call bundle class like bundle and create the object of bundle class. Same, but here you need to write down this method get intent, means whatever data that first intent will show you need to write down that here. So using get intent you need to write down। and आपके फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी पे आपका पुट एक्स्ट्रा यूज हो रहा था बिकॉज वो आपका पुट एक्स्ट्रा आपका इंटेंट में सेव करेगा। तो यहाँ पे आपको पुट एक्स्ट्रा में जो भी वैल्यूज है यू नीड टू रिट्राइव दैट वैल्यू, तो फॉर दैट यू नीड टू यूज गेट एक्स्ट्रा। Okay, put extra method is used on first activity। Using that we will share put extra method hold all the values। which value it will hold, it will hold whatever value you save in bundle class, that value will hold that put extra method and it will show that method, it will store that thing, means whatever things you are storing in bundle class, that thing will be stored in put extra method। and the second activity use get extra method to retrieve data from put extra method। ओके, तो आपका यहाँ पे okay, everyone just check using this get extra method। after that you need to write down each class, each statement। in that you need to check if bundle is equal to null, like just check bundle not equal to null। not equal to null means if bundle is not equal to null, that means if bundle contains some value, if bundle contains something, then this statement you need to run। okay student, so here we will check if bundle is not equal to null, means if it is not empty, then we will run this statement, then we will execute this statement। the statement is nothing but you need to write down the string। same thing you need to type string name is equal to bundle dot get string। वहां पे आप लोग यूज कर रहे थे फर्स्ट उसमें put string, here you need to use get string। and here you need to write down the key value, key। ओके स्टूडेंट, यहाँ पे आपने जो की वैल्यू स्टोर किया था ना, दिस वैल्यू यूजर नेम, हियर यू नीड टू राइट डाउन दैट की वैल्यू हियर. So here you need to write down username. Student, I think time is up. I'll just explain this thing, the second activity in the next lecture and show you the output. Okay. You just check the first activity, Java page, Java code. If you have doubt, you can ask in the next lecture. Okay, student. Till this, I think in this step, some students have doubts. So I'll just clear that doubt in the next lecture because time is already up. You just check here which Java code frame, first activity Java code or second activity. Yes, this Java code I'll explain in the next lecture again. You need to just check, go through all these things because I'll just give you assignment. Means after this question, I will give you an assignment to design like this activity. I'll just give you some scenario. You need to perform that thing and you need to share that thing and you need to send that question answer to me. आप लोगों को अगर ये नहीं आ रहा है, you just check in today itself. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the next lecture. Program is very easy, student. You need to just remember the steps. First, you need to create the object of UI component. Second step is you need to find out the ID using this syntax. The third step, you need to call set on click listener method on the button click, and on click method, you need to take the input from the user using this getText method. Okay, and fourth step, you can write down. You need to create bundle class, create the object of bundle class. Using object of bundle class, that object use putString method to save that value. Whatever value you take from the user, you need to save that value in the bundle class object, and you need to call intent class. Go from one activity to next activity, and using this putExtra method, you can store your object of your bundle class. Why we store object of your bundle class? Because bundle class object contains multiple value or all the values which we are taking from the user. Is it clear everyone? This activity is clear because मैं practical session में आपको बार-बार warn कर रही हूँ. I will not give any code in practical session. You need to write down code by your own. If you have any doubt, you can ask. I already told you, install TeamViewer software in your system. If you have any doubt, if you have any error, or if you don't understand how to solve, you just message me. I'll solve your error from my place. I'll check your system, I'll check your code, and I'll solve that error. Please practice all these things because these things will help you in the next year. You can easily create your own app by your own coding. Coding is very easy for Android. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so I'll just wind up my session. If you have doubt, you can ask in the next lecture.
Can you able to hear me? Can you able to hear me? Okay. Thank you. for your response. Otherwise, no one is giving response. Now, next one is our next model, software development model. We are seeing all development model. One, again I will say, first one is waterfall, experimental model, wheel model, and so on. Now, I will explain how to develop this model, that is the agile development model. Agile development model. If you want to develop your project quickly, you can use this model. Quick response, which you are not giving. Okay. Once again, now agile development model. Just see, you are developing a model. You are developing any project. Suppose you want to develop a project. So many things you know already. First, you have to find out their requirement, planning, design, coding, correct? And next one is you have to deploy your project. These activities will be there. And if you are doing these activities one by one, that will be your waterfall model. Then when you are using waterfall model, all activities you have to do one by one. When your project is completed according to user requirement, understanding user already specified the requirement. Yes, okay, good. User already specified the requirement, and according to that requirement, a design team will develop a project, and when it is over, project is completed, then it is deployed to users requirement place, correct? Company, to the company, or to the college, and so on, where you sit, and when user will use it, that time they will find that this is not specified. I'm not getting output. This is not according to my requirement. Then user will not able to use it, or user will say that this system is not according to requirement. Then what you do? If it is not according to requirement, user will not accept the system. Then they will say modify the system. Again, then modification will take again so much time. That I am talking about your conventional model or your waterfall model. But now it is not the model, conventional model. It is a agile development model. Agile development model means it is first thing is user is too much involved. User will specify each and everything, and according to that, the user or design team will develop. Here, um, design team will contain analyst, programmer, tester, which is who will test the system, and one person will be a stakeholder, that is a person from outside. Okay. If I want to develop a system from our college, the anyone from college that will be a stakeholder. X, Y, Z company is their employee will be the member of your design team. Yeah. So here, uh, so your design team, your organization may have number of persons. Okay. So you may have only 10 persons who will do uh, developing this system for you. Correct? Understanding what I want to say. Your organization may be very big. Yeah. Maybe your one second. Uh, Company name is any XYZ is a company name, and there are 100 employees, and all 100 will not do work for your project. Everyone will do different projects, understanding the concept. Okay. Now, uh, you are a part of your design team. You are a part of your design team. Now, what will happen in your design agile development? Agile. Agile means you want to develop the system in very less time, maybe 1 or 4 weeks, in 1 week or in a 4 week. I want my software to be ready. In that case, we can go for this uh, model, that is your uh, agile model. What happened in that? Uh, Already I said it is a, if it is a waterfall, we have to do all um, process. When all processes are over, then you will get output. Now it is not the case for your agile. Agile means you will take information from user, what you want from your system. You will specify which is important uh, feature, you can say, which is a most important feature. And there may be 5 10 features. So you'll get a preference to first, second, third, and so on. So at the first time, you will think about only 2 features. Okay. You will say that these 2 features are very important. So you will think about only 2 features. Then uh, thinking about that model, uh, thinking that 2 feature, you will develop the project and you'll get output. Okay. Already user specified the requirement. Then, according to requirement, 2 features are completed. Yes. Then you will show that to the user. User will say, yes, it is according to the feature. But okay, go ahead. I want next feature. So, in first attempt, you will get first um, increment, you can say. This is first incremental model you got. Now, you will think about next, that is third, fourth uh, feature. You will try to develop it. Then uh, you will develop all features. If it is over, user will again say, you will provide this output to user. User will see whether it is according to requirement. Yes, it is according to requirement. Then you will go to next feature and so on until the all features are specified not completed, you will continue. Then each time you will get next increment, and so on. The reason from this problem, or if in between two are over, two increments are over, okay, uh, or releases are over, two releases are over, and user say, yeah, that I want this also. So you can say that, yeah, you want, I can able to do this also feature. You think it is also very important. Okay, I will develop it, and immediately when the output is ready, you can show that to user. User said yes. Okay, go ahead, continue again. So this way, this agile development team work. Main important thing is the user that is the person from company or college, or if it is a bank, from bank, the person which are outsider who will use your system, that are part of your project. Design team maybe 10 persons, and in next 2-3% from organization. Your organization to whom you are developing a project. Maybe college, bank, industry, LIC, and so on. Okay. So I'm taking example of our college. So 3 persons are there from our college. They will help, or they will be stakeholder of your team, and they will provide the requirement. Maybe if it is a computer related, so our madam, HOD madam, may be a part of the team from IT, other stuff. Their HOD may be there, and anyone from office staff may be there, so that everyone know about your system. Okay, so all 3 persons maybe they are in your team and organize the and XYZ company, or that company is 10 employee. All 13 persons will work together to develop your system. Understanding? Everyone understood this much? Have you understood this much? Many students are getting confused. Who is user? The person who will use your system. They will be user. And being a student, you are the developer. You will develop a system. Anyway, anyone have doubt? You are not specifying, so I will assume that everyone understand everything. So I will go further. Any doubt? Anyone have? So now, how it work? In short, I explain you. There will explain many things about that. Uh, agile, able, agile means quick. You are developing your system in short period of time. So agile is a software development methodology to which, to which sorry, to build software incremental uh, using short duration of the duration, that is 1 to 4 weeks, so that the development process is in line with the changing business need. One thing is user is involved. User will specify every time. So it is an incremental model. You can say it is incremental also. Incremental and iterative. Incremental, that means one incremental. One it is over. You can say one release is over. According to requirement, go further. No, go further. So it is a iterative and uh, incremental model. Initially, your requirement is considered small, completed, then go for next uh, requirement, go for next requirement, and so on. Uh, yeah, when you are developing a project, you have to think which is important features. So the most important feature you will develop first. Then I will go for next. Least important. Uh, an agile team is nimble team able to appropriately respond to change. Change is what software development is very much important about. We want to develop a system according to user requirement. System requirement you have to specify in detail properly. If your requirements are not specified properly or user doesn't understand the requirement, your system will not go in proper direction. So, the maybe 3% from knowledge will specify the requirement in proper way, and then your design team will develop a system. Now, changes in software building, uh, change changes what software development is very much important about changes in software will being developed. You have to build a system changes to team member. You may want to change the team member that is allowed. Changes because of new technology. There are new technologies available. You can use that technology to develop the new system. Changes of all fine that may have an impact on product they build or project that create the product. So what is agile? Already I specified in short. Then many things I have to specify that I will specify now. Support for changes should be built in uh, every time do we do in software engineering. We emphasize because it is the heart and soul of our software. Agile team recognizes what software is developed by individuals working in team and what skills of what skill of these people their ability to uh, collaborate is at core of the success of the project. That means the person who are from design team, they should have knowledge so that they can provide you the correct information. Now, agility and cost of change. Agile process reduces the cost of the change because software is released in increments and changes can be better controlled within an increment. That means what I'm saying that uh, user will specify first requirement. I set to features post development and go to user. User said yes, it is good. Then go further and so on. Now in between, if user say after third iteration, if user say I want this also, then you are in design part only. So you can in implement that point also easily. You can see that three points are already covered or three things are already or three releases are over. Uh, Yet I had to do many. So if you want something please specify now, I will give you within a short time. So user will specify the requirement. In a 100 to 3 days, user will specify the sorry, the programmer will specify the output and you will specify the user and user will say yes,
That's
it
great.
is user will say yes, it is according to the our requirement. So system your project is uh, ready up to that particular level and users are also satisfied with your this approach. So number of the releases will be there and in between if you user want you can incorporate the changes easily. That is not possible with your waterfall model. In your waterfall model if user say do changes you will say बैठो ये कंप्लीट होने के बाद बताता हूँ ठीक है that is you will complete your process then user will see whether it is according to requirement if it is not according to requirement then user will specify the changes then again you have to go through all stages okay so it will time consuming uh, make your mouse mic mute. So uh, that is in our waterfall one model. But in this case, what happens? Users say do changes in third or fourth releases. You can do that easily. User will be very happy that I'm saying the changes. You are doing it fast. So user will is also very happy. So it is better uh, agility argue that well-designed agile process flatten cost of the change uh, curve shown in this figure just say uh, changes development schedule and you can say this dotted line says that um, idle idle cost of the change using agile process. Uh, if you do this agile model, you will develop a system using agile method. You will get an output easily. Development schedule will be mm, whatever you have specified at the beginning, that will be as it is, and ideal output you will get. But cost of change using agile process. It may happen that user will say in between, yes, I want this also. So what happens? User will go on specifying the requirements again and again, or new requirements, and due to that, the schedule may collapse. Or you can say that initially you thought that within 1 month I will complete the project, but requirements are gone changing, and due to that, and changes the budget, changes the period, time, development time. So now instead of 1 month, it is taking 1.5 months. So now the cost will also change because uh, 10 persons working for 15 days. That cost will be there in your cost of development. Okay. Understanding everyone? Have you understanding? No response from your colleague batch. Agility argue that a well-designed uh, process flatten cost of the chain cover curve shown in following figure, allowing the software team to accommodate change late in software project. I'm saying that uh, at any point you can specify the changes. And if you are saying the changes at last, then again for schedule will exchange extend as a schedule will extend, cost will also increase. Then incremental delivery is coupled with agile agile practices such as continuous unit testing and pair programming. I will say what is that later on. Uh, also, the debate. So here, that is your development cost and schedule. And the uh, schedule extended, extend the cost also increases. Okay. Ideal this magenta line says that it is ideal cost, and next one is cost of change during conventional software process. If it is a conventional system, that is maybe a waterfall, V model, and so on. So your output will be uh, black line. If you are using agile development model, output will be uh, magenta line, and idle is a dotted line. Now I will continue further. Uh, Agile software process is a characterized manner that address a number of key assumptions. Which are assumptions? First, a user is a part of the team. It is difficult to predict. I'm saying that I will specify the features. If user will specify 10 features I want in our project also, we are saying that specify the feature first at the beginning. Specify the feature, and your project should be according to requirement. That means it should specify the all features. Mhm. So it may happen that some student or sometimes the user may say many things. ये भी चाहिए ये भी चाहिए thinking about future. 10 साल के बाद ये भी लगेगा शायद. Okay, that thing we will not think. Okay, so it is difficult to predict in advance which software requirement will persist and changes will and which will change. It is uh, equally difficult to predict how customer priorities will change as project exceed. I'm saying that thing at the beginning. User is part of the team. So user may say, one 2 days. This I want this, I want this, I want that, and so on. So due to that, your requirement will change, and due to that, schedule will change. Schedule change, cost will also change. That is what one. Second, for many type of the software design and construction are interlude. That is, activities should be performed in tandem so that design model and proven as they are created. It is difficult to predict how much design is necessary before construction is used. Next one, design analysis, design, construction, and testing are not predictable. We cannot specify how much time is required for analysis, design, construction because one and next day user will specify the changes. Next one, our then generating principles for those who want to uh, achieve agility. Uh, Many things are there. Our highest priority is to be specified. Users should specify the highest priority. The our highest priority is to be specified the customer through early and continuation and delivery of the available software. Welcome changes requirements. You can change the changes. You can change the requirement. Let even let in development. Agile process harmless change for the customer repetitive advantage. User is part of the team. So, uh, so you can they can specify the requirement. Deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to couple of months within with a reference to shorten time scale already specified business people and developer must work together daily, daily throughout the project. One person from industry or developer. Developer means system analyst, programmer, number of programmers we can say, or test the person who will test your system. So, business person and developers. must work together daily toward the project. Build a project around motivated individuals. Motivated individuals. Given uh, give them the environment and supply the support the need for change and trust them to get the job done. The person from business one. The person from industry may be there. Again, no, so motivate them. The design team should motivate them. They should make or they should trust them so that your project should be uh, successful. Environment then make the environment quite healthy so that user will specify the requirement, design team will do work smoothly, then develop environment in proper way. Then next one, uh, most efficient and effective method for conveying information to and within the development team is face-to-face invention conversation. Uh, I'm saying every time that take the information from user, and that information you can take that using face-to-face conversation, interview, uh, or questionnaire, and so on. Right now we have so many ways, video calling and phone phonic and conversation is also possible. So that is one. Every time we have to take in the requirement from user, and you can develop, you can get information by making face-to-face intervention or working software is primary measure of the process. Agile process, agile processes um, promotes sustainable development. This so this all sorry, sponsor, developer, and user should be able to maintain a constant pace infinitely. Every time space will be there. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Simplicity. Make the project simple. Then next, best architecture requirement and design emerge from self-organizing team and in regular interval team reflect on how to become more effective, then turn tune and adjust to behavioral accordingly. So this is our agile development and human factor. There are persons from industry also. Okay, so many things will be there. We have to think about that human factors. Uh, Agile development focuses on talent and skill of individuals. Uh, if the newly employed person will they be there in design team. They cannot able to provide you the proper information. So your project may fail. So if talented people from design team are there, talented people from design from user section are there, your project will be successful. So, agile development focuses on talents and skill of individuals, uh, folding, molding the process to specific people and team. The key points in this statement is that the process model hold um, molds to need of the people and team. People and team. Your user from organization number of person and your team design team are both are required. Then in competence in an agile development context, competence in in purchase in need in talent specific software related skills. Uh, Specific requirements should be there. Suppose you are good in C programming, but you have to develop a project in say Python. It is possible? No, correct. So you should select the person who are skilled, okay, who have skill and knowledge of the process can and should be taught to all people who serve as agile team members. Okay. Next one is common. I think have you understood this concept? Common focus. Our main aim is I want output according to user requirement. That's all. Okay. So, common focus is output should be according to requirement. Also, member of the agile team may perform different tasks and may bring different skill to the people. All should be focused on one goal to deliver the working software implement to the customers within a period. So much within a specified period, your output should be ready. That is your focus, main goal. To achieve this goal, a team will also focus on continuous adaptation that will make the process fit and need of the team. Collaboration. Software engineering is about accessing, analyzing, using information that is communicated to the team, creating information that will help All stakeholders understand the work of the team and and building the information that provide business value for the customer. Already specified this. Um, Next one is decision making ability. The person who are in the team, they should have a capacity to take the decision properly. The next one is uh, buzzing, problem solving ability. The person should have problem solving capability. Software managers must recognize that the agile team will continue how to deal with ambiguity and will continually be um, buffered by the change. If any problem is there, the team should able to solve the problem. Mutual trust and the respect. The very important thing, mutual trust. Your design team is there and programmer team or your design team is there. So there should be mutual trust between them and both should respect to each other so that they can provide you correct correct information. Agile team must become that de facto and list all the team. Next one is self organize in context of agile development. Self organize implies three things. First, self organize. Agile team organizes itself for work to be done. The team should be um, agile team organizes itself for work to be done. Again, uh, team organizes the process to be best accommodated, uh, accumulated, accumulated. It's a local environment. The team members, the team organizes work schedule to best achieve delivery of the software increments. So, self-organization has number of technical benefits, but many important, but more important, it serves to improve collaboration and boost team members. You should the team should be like this that all will work together. They will provide correct information. They will boost to others or to themselves use technology, proper technology, and so on. So this is our agile development model. Anyone have any doubt in this? I go further. Anyone have any doubt? Next one is extreme programming. Extreme programming. Extreme programming. Most widely used approach to agile software development, uh, emphasizes business result first and taken as incremental. Uh, your agile development, like it uses extreme programming, get something, get something started approach to build the product using continuous text testing and well, revision. Now next one, XP value. There are back specified five values: communication, simplicity, feedback, courage, and uh, respect. These are the important five values. Each of these value is used as a specific is used as driver for specific activity, action, and task. So these values should be there, okay, in order to achieve effective communication between software engineers and other stakeholders. Uh, XP emphasizes close yet informal collaboration between customer and developer. The establishment of effective uh, way for communicating info, important aspect, continuous feedback, and uh, available, unavailable of vol- voluminous document as a communication medium. Communication. Your team should communicate with each other. That is specified here. Uh, Communication. Simplicity. Your project should be simple as possible. Yeah. XP district development to design only for immediate need. You think, don't think about future. Think about now. You want? What you want? Think that, and according to that, develop the system. Intent is to create a simple design that can be easily implemented in code. If the design must be uh, improved, it can be de facto at the later time. This I will say again. De facto. I think later on I will say. Now next one is simplicity, communication, simplicity, feedback. Feedback is also important because every time we are taking feedback from users and according to that we are continuing our work. So feedback is derived from three sources. First, implemented software itself. From your software itself, you will get a feedback from customers and other software team member. I said that your team member, when you are testing your system, you can provide output. Then you will first you will test your program. it is working, yes, then you will specify that to your friend, next group member, and see whether it is according to requirement. If it is according to requirement, good. Otherwise, you will do changes in that. The programmer, your other programmer will suggest the changes, and you will do that according to requirement. Yeah. So feedback you may get from three ways. First, implemented software itself, customer and other software team members. Uh, Actually speaking, there are persons. Their aim is to check the uh, output, or their aim is to find the error in the program, and company is paying so much amount for them to detect error, and if it is correct, error is correct, then if it is specified, it is required, programmer have to modify the changes. Your programmer have to change the program, uh, or you have to do some changes in your logic by designing and implementing an uh, effective testing strategy. Okay. Uh, Strategy, the software provides agile thing with feedback. You will get a feedback. XP makes use of unit test as a primary testing tactics. This is more first testing, that is your called as the unit testing. The user will test your unit, that is programmer will check whether my program is working or no. If it is according to my requirement, then uh, there are number of programmers, then all programmers program is working, then they will do unit testing. Unit testing. If it is working, then you will provide to user. User will do user will do unit complete testing or acceptance test. Okay, so first one is unit testing. User will specify the feedback. User will specify the feedback, and according to feedback, the system is tested, and each class is developed. Actually speaking, agile or um, ex, 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 XP uses um, the you can say it is using classes. This system uses the classes, or it is made for object oriented programming. Uh, as such a class is developed, the team developers develop unit tests to exercise each operation according to its specified functionality. Once it is working fine, you can go for next one. Now, back or to that, this uh, and then sim to expand XP. Uh, if you are using this, courage is very important. The better word might be discipline. The agile expert must have the dis- discipline. They have a discipline. Every day you have to do work for so many day work years. Sorry for so many hours. That is uh, discipline. They should have courage. It may happen that your program specified programmer will develop the output and the user say, yeah, it is not according to my requirement. And then you cannot say, so much time I have wasted, I will not uh, do again. Again. So the team should have courage to do again. Like, discipline, courage to a design for today. Recognizing the future requirement may change dramatically, thereby demanding substantial work of the design and implementation work. Now I will say something about the work which I am saying. But by following each of these values, all values I have specified, by using these values, agile team and get sorry by following each of these values, the agile team get the respect among its members. You are working together properly, communicating with each other. So one everyone will get respect between other stakeholders and team members, and indirectly for the software itself. So as they achieve successful delivery of the software increment, a team developer developer growing respect from XP sources. Respect. And next one is I will explain the process. We already saw this model, but it is applicable to XP process. Extreme programming. Extreme programming uses an object-oriented approach. I said already, it uses uh, object-oriented programming approach. A- ex- uh, Extreme programming uses an object-oriented approach as its default development paradigm and encompasses a set of rules and practices that occur within the context of our framework activities. Which activities are there? There are four activities. First, design, planning, design, coding, and testing. These activities are there. Following uh, here, planning, design, modeling, and testing. Following figure illustrate XP process and the some of key i- ideas and make them and tasks that are associated with each framework activity. In planning, in Agile XP, what is constructed, what they are doing. In XP, Agile development, in designing, what exactly they are doing, that is specified here. So now, first one is key XP activities are. I am explaining everything about agile development. In that, many are there. One is XP. Next one is industrial XP, and many are there. We have to see all. Then planning, planning. The planning activity begins with in the listening, planning, listening. Correct. You have to find out user requirement. How user will specify. User will specify. And design team will listen. So listening. Requirement gathered. Requirements gathering activity that enable the technical member of the expert team to understand the business context for the software and go and to get the broad field for requirement output and major feature and functionality. You have to find out major feature. I am saying from the beginning, feature. What you are going to do? What is user requirement? What user want? That everything you have to extract from user. The information you have to extract from user. User will specify the requirement. You should have proper knowledge to extract information from user. Uh, Next one is your design, design. XP, XP design rigorously following. Keep a simple principle. It uses keep the program simple. As simple as design is always preferred. Why it is so? If your design is simple, you can do coding in simple way. Uh, what you want, that is, if you clear, you can develop it easily. Uh, a design. In addition, the design provides implementation guidelines for the storing as it is written something less more than nothing more. You have to specify the requirement properly and you have to design the system, make the system simple. You have to use the object-oriented programming approaches. The design of extra functionality, even difficult difficult design problem encountered. Just if any problem encountered, then what do we have to do? We have to divide it now into number of sections. If a difficult design problem is encountered, encountered as a part of the design team. XP uh, recommends the immediate creation of an operational prototype of the portion of the design called spike solution. If problem is very big, then make it simple. Make a prototype for that and make a spice solution. Here, uh, design prototype is implemented and evaluated. XP encourages defactoring of construction techniques that is also member of design optimization. Deep factoring, I'm saying this point where voice I said. So now I will say what is that. Deep factoring. I said that when you are developing a program, when you are when you are developing or you are designing, any problem comes, you have to divide it into number of yeah, you can say number of modules. Yeah. Make it simple. Make the thing simple. Uh, your program may be complex. If possible, make it uh, small module so that uh, you can make a prototype simple and you can solve your problem easily. But you have to maintain refactoring. Means what? Refactoring is a following. What is refactoring? I'm saying refactoring is a process of changing software system in such a way that it it does not alter the external behavior of the system, but internal behavior of the structure. That means you will see that your overall requirement will not change, but internal will change. That means you may use another technique so that you will get output easily. You will use any uh, the technique which can give you output easily. Okay, instead of using very difficult technique, use simple technique so that you'll get output. So internally you are changing, but overall output will not change. It is called as a refactoring. Refactoring. Yeah, it is a many things are very important. You are leaving a lecture. I have not given any permission. It is a non-disciplinary way to clean up code. Okay. That minimizes chances of uh, inter- introducing. Your attendance will not be considered. I'm saying that when I will say that time you have to give attendance. And really, you can see when I said that later on attendance will be marked coding after storing and developing. I know it may be difficult to understand, but I'm trying to make it simple. You are not understanding. 97, you are not understanding. Hmm. You don't have to give attendance. it will not be considered. You are just unnecessarily disturbing me. But I will not disturb. Okay, you do whatever you want. I had that much experience. You do any coding after storing, after story are developed and primarily design work is done. The coding is performed. The coding is not proper. It is another way of programming. Just see what is that. Um, after store are developed and primary design work is done. That is your plan. CRC code is created. User will specify the requirement. Acceptance test you will get from user. Iterative plan will be created. Then next one is simple design. That is user will specify the uh, uh, CRC cards. Then once it is over, then coding starts. But coding, mm, I mm, uh, is done. Nothing the does not move to code directly. You will not go to coding. Instead of that, you will do the testing. How it is testing. But the other develop a series of the unit tests that will execute that will execute, sorry, that will exercise each of the stories that is to be included in a current release. Uh, you are not uh, writing a code. Instead of that, you will think about the output. What will be the output? You will prepare. You will design the text on paper. You will design a code. Yeah, you will think about the output. Okay, and so actually doing code, you will think about the output, what output you want, and according to that output, you will do the coding. Okay, many times even I'm saying I want this way output. So if I want to output this way, then how to do coding? I think your students are not understanding. Okay, do whatever you want. Later on, don't say I was there, but my presently is not there. I will not entertain such things. Okay. So, was user already specified what output they want, and according to that, the unit test is performed. Unit testing will be performed. Unit testing will be performed, and then you will start doing coding. Okay, that is in your XP agile development process. Once the code is complete, it can be uh, given to unit testing immediately. Already testing means what to test, and is there. code is there, then immediately you can test the thing. So immediately output is ready. Give the user, uh, give for checking. User will say yes, okay, continue. Thereby providing instantaneous feedback to the developer. You can get output, you can get the feedback instantaneously. That is our coding. Now next one is key concept during coding activity is paired programming. Main part is paired programming. Very important. It is many times it is asked in your interviews also. What is a paired programming? And many things. Now, pair programming means there will be two persons. There are two persons in coding. Uh, one person will do coding, typing or coding. Another person will sit together and see whether it is according to the specified unit test. Every time the person will continuously check. So what will happen? As two persons are there, one will do coding, one will see output, and if both are correct, you will continue coding. And immediately the testing is going on parallel. So your output, you will get a fast. Okay, that is the use of pair programming. People will work together. This provides the mechanism for real time problem solving. Two head, two heads are often better than one. Two persons are there, they are better. And real time quality assurance. You will get real time quality assurance. This is our your uh, testing. Next, sorry, about coding. Next one is testing. Actually, unit testing is performed here only. Correct. So now next one is we have to do other testing. Testing. The creation of the unit testing becomes coding encompasses is key element of the XP programming. The key unit tests that are created, should be implemented using framework that enables them to do to automated. It is a reverse way of doing. This encourages regression, regression, regression testing strategy whenever code is specified. As individual unit tests are organized into universal testing unit. So, what way we are doing that is applicable. Uh, you have to do unit testing daily. This provides XP team with continual indication of progress that also have uh, release re, release warning saying early if something go wrong. You are getting a warning message easily. Then next one, acceptance test. Once the system is accepted by the design team, it should be tested by the user or customer. So acceptance test, also called customer test, are prescribed by customer and focus focus on overall design feature and functionality that are visible and viewable by the customer. Acceptance tests are derived from users that have been implemented as a part of the software. So, user are there in your design team. Everywhere, everything is tested, and later on, you have to see whether it is according to user requirement. If it is according to user requirement, we will go further. Otherwise, you have to do changes. You will get next increment, and so on. So this is about your agile development and XP. Now, when I will say use the roll number, that time only you have to provide. Otherwise, I will not consider at all. I already said so many times. Again, roll, roll number, do roll numbers. Find your roll numbers. Now, one only once. asking all students entered your roll number. Yes. Anyone have any doubt? All students have entered roll number. What's your roll numbers? Okay. Now I will. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I will stop here. My lecture is over. Meeting is over.